Hi guys, it's Richard at altFINS with another daily update. The markets bounced back a little bit yesterday, not a ton, but the major coins have held their critical support levels. Speaking of which, Bitcoin held at 40,000. It got down all the way to 40,000 in fact, bounced back slightly. As you can see in this graph. Yesterday we had a couple of up days actually in the last couple of days, but it was as low as 40,500. In fact, prior to that, 40,500 was the lowest point in the last few days. So it's bounced back. Ethereum has also held its $3,000 support level. It even slightly breached it by a few cents, but that's, again, horizontal support levels are really support zones. So that's not an exact number or exact level, but looks like we've held these critical levels. A lot of other coins are at those levels as well, or approached those levels. You can see some of these levels highlighted in our curated charts as well. That may be helpful. And in terms of what coins to focus on, certainly it was interesting to see which coins bounced the most yesterday. So let's go ahead and take a look at a quick search from the top 100. So let's just say market cap of greater than 1 billion. So there's about 92 coins, so I'm almost at the top 100. And we want to see, really that's it, and we wanted to see the performance. Now the performance, the price change that we see here is really since the close of the day. The 1 day is really 24 hours. It's a rolling 24-hour performance. So if I click on that to sort it from the worst to the best in the last 24 hours, Ethereum Classic had gained the most. BitTorrent is another one, Zcash, right? But Near Protocol is one that's been making a lot of gains, and it's maintained its uptrend. So if we actually click on the trend here tab, we can see the Ethereum Classic, even though it made some decent gains, it's really in a downtrend across the board. I wouldn't touch that. But some of the others that have an uptrend, at least on the medium or short or long-term basis, could be of interest. Near is certainly one that has maintained its uptrend. It looks like a decent pullback in an uptrend right now, potential opportunity. So, if the market is going to find its footing and bounce back here, these coins that have outperformed and have bounced back yesterday the most could be an indication that these are the coins that are likely to react to some positive rally or relief rally that we may get in the market in the near term. So that's why I'm looking at the screen here. Cadena as well. Let's see, Matic, another coin that has maintained its uptrend. And now the other screen I wanted to take a look at is looking at coins, because overall, if we remove this filter here and get back to the overview and order it now, instead of performance, we order it by market cap. Okay, now I've already added the RSI 14 to this table right here. As you can see, we are still oversold. I mean, RSI under 30 for Bitcoin, under 30 for Ethereum, under 30 for Binance Coin, right at 30 is Solana, and a number of coins really across the board that are at 30 or below, and so we are still very oversold. I think still due for a stronger bounce than we saw yesterday, particularly since we are sitting at some decent critical support levels or zones. Now, I'm going to now create a quick filter for coins that are in an uptrend on a medium basis, on a medium horizon. So short term, sometimes it's too short. It fluctuates up and down quickly. It changes. Medium, I think, is a good compromise between being a little too early and being a little late, meaning focusing on short-term or long-term trend. Medium trend is one that is indicative of already an established trend, but not an overly mature or overly premature trend. And so let's look at those that are in an uptrend on a medium horizon and also are oversold. Now, typically, the textbook will tell you that RSI under 30 is oversold. But for coins that are in an uptrend, RSI rarely reaches that level. In fact, we could consider those coins in an uptrend as oversold already when they're below 50 or certainly below 40. So I'm going to do a custom below 50 level. Let's see what we get. And we also want some okay, decent market caps. So let's give it 100 million at least. All right, so we've got 35 coins that are in an uptrend on a medium term basis, but are oversold. Oversold considering that these are in an uptrend. And let's demonstrate. When you look at Luna, Terra Luna, and we look at the RSI 14 here, as you can see, as it's consistently been rising, but you know, there's been peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. During those valleys, during the pullbacks, the RSI almost never dipped to 30, really. I don't even see it dipping to 30. So it was oversold, but for an uptrend, oversold means under 50 or certainly close to 40. And so we are at those levels here at 38, right? Well, currently at 41 and 41.6. So I'd say this is a very oversold situation for a coin like Terra Luna that's in an uptrend, continues to be in an uptrend on a medium and a long-term horizon basis. We can look at, if we have accuracy charts, then you can look at accuracy charts and see where the next support zone is around 55. Also, we note here that it has made a higher low recently, which is indicative of an uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. And so we are now at $68. So we bounced off of sort of the $60 you can see a couple of days ago, or 3 days ago. We had a low of 62, so very close to that zone of 55, 60 that we indicated, right? And it bounced off. And so looks like it's going to respect that support zone. It's oversold, and we think that, I think that this could be an interesting buying opportunity for a coin that's in an uptrend. And if there's any rally in the market, this coin is going to rip more than most, or more than average. So I wanted to demonstrate that for coins that are in an uptrend, the RSI, the relative strength indicator, which typically indicates overbought or oversold levels, will rarely dip as low as 30. And so you gotta adjust that to really below 50 or below 40 as your oversold level. And you can see that there's several of very interesting projects in this screen. Avalanche, obviously another layer 1 protocol that's had a lot of development in the ecosystem. Polygon, another one. Phantom, yet another layer 1 competitor to Ethereum. Helium as well. Curve, we talked about as one that we're bullish on, both the fundamentals and the technicals. The technical setup is still valid in that it's really now, after reaching another higher high, which is bullish, it's now pulled back. I thought it was going to stop sooner than here, but it broke through the $5 support level, but still a valid uptrend. and closing in on the $4 support level here, getting to be oversold as well, right? It's another one that rarely dips to 30. So this one, I think, is also very, very attractive in my personal opinion. CVX is on that list, which is a convex finance. It's been getting a lot of positive momentum around the tokenomics. And so a lot of interesting projects. Rose Oasis Network, which is another layer 1 network. LivePeople, which is a decentralized streaming service, recently announced that it raised $20 million. By the way, an interesting tip for you: if you want to see quickly some news or events, you can look here on these two tabs, but also you can add the news to the chart itself. It's not always very clear, especially if there's a lot of news happening. But you know, if you were wondering, hey, what happened here? Why did the price really bounce up or decline? You may see some news here, and in some cases we have even hot links that will take you to that particular news. So I hope that helps everyone with helping you, giving you some tips and tools on how to find some projects and cryptocurrencies that remain in an uptrend, that are oversold, ways to find some trading ideas. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email us at invest@altfins.com. Good luck trading.